everybody. This is Keith Gleason, host of Indie Comics Relay, creator of the Mighty Mascots, and promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. I'm here with another Creating the Mighty Mascots Origins videos. Before we get into that, just a quick reminder that the new home for the Mighty Mascots is the Reckless Sidekick Productions website now. You can get all issues 1 through 9, along with my older work as well. Just go to the store section. I have everything bundled up in groups of 3s, and you can get the new graphic novel that collects issues 1, 2, and 3, along with graphic novels of my older work and Mighty Mascots merch as well. So check that out. All right, I haven't done one of these origin videos in a long time. I think the last one I did was I had finished the entire Mighty Mascots team, and I started doing the villains with Dr. Baneful. But I wanted to go back to issue 1 again as well, because besides Dr. Baneful is the overall villain for the entire Mighty Mascots series. There's a lot of sub villains that are, like almost like monsters of the week, or like villains of the week, building that rogues gallery. Like I'd love to have a huge rogues gallery the way like Spider-Man or Batman has. So the first issue, the first villain that's created is named Muck. Now I looked to see if I still had designs for them from the artist Ian, and I didn't. I actually believe when I had Ian create them, I gave him the reference material that inspired, my thought for these villains. So Muckmouth is based on, there was these series of cartoon animations back in probably the 70s or 80s on Saturday morning cartoons. They used to be on ABC, and I think the subgroup of it was called the Bod Squad, which sounds kind of hilarious now, but they were just these series of commercials that were just for kids to, like PSAs, basically, eat healthy, do, whatever the premise was on these commercials. And that there was a lot of that back then in the 80s and stuff. I feel like GI Joe winning is half the battle, but the one that left an impression on me was a character called Muckmouth. And Muckmouth was or Yuckmouth was the name of the character, and it was about, it was like a cavity PSA, like if don't eat snacks, or sweet snacks, or you'll get yuck mouth. And I always thought the character was cool looking. He's like this green like monster, with bad teeth, and it's like I was gonna bring up the commercial here so you guys could check it out, and then just we'll take a quick look here.
They call me Yuck Mouth, cause I don't brush. Oh, I like my teeth like this. They call me Yuck Mouth. No, I won't brush. How's about a little kiss? I got most beef in my teeth, got some chicken too. Ouch, that's a cavity. Hey, that's new. Well, if you don't brush your teeth, then kids you too can be a yuck mouth.
Don't be a yuck mouth. Another nutritional message from the ABC television network.
So that was Yuckmouth. So I knew when I started the Mighty Mascots, like the first thing I wanted out of the gate is I wanted this big epic storyline with like villains and, like almost like a trial by fire. I wanted like the Mighty Mascots to show up to this situation that was way over their head. They were way over their heads in the situation, and the whole 3 issues was about them taking that situation and overcoming it, but I wanted like, like they're just kind of gelling. They're not quite there yet. They, first mission, that kind of thing. Lots of ups and downs, a lot of mistakes made, things like that. So I thought if I took this character of Yuckmouth from this PSA, and my thought was, well, how do you make that a villain? Like he's a cavity ridden monster, and I thought maybe something like Gremlins, where it was this creature that could create like cavity monsters, and that was how Muckmouth was born. My version of it. So my version. Let me see if I have some pictures here of Ian's drawings of Muckmouth. Like here's one. Let me bring this up. So this is the first appearance of Muckmouth right here, and as you can see, he kind of looks like Yuckmouth from the PSA. And these are the cavity monsters that he creates. Basically, he has like his mouth is so toxic that whatever he spits out, like the lump of black goo, becomes like these almost like teeth looking cavity monsters, and they all say we make holes in everything, which is another reference that I'm about to get into. With so the other villains of the first 3-issue arc they're called the Crown Team, and those are based off of an old series of commercials in the 70s that Crest toothpaste had commissioned, and they're basically like superheroes with like uh a dental kind of motif. I'll show one of those commercials as well. But one of the villains that the dental Crest team fights are called the Cavity Creeps. So I thought, like, if we mixed Yuckmouth, the Cavity Creeps, the Crest team all together, it could be like this awesome huge storyline for the first 3 issues. And it ended up working out really well. And the Crest team in Mighty Mascots becomes the Crown Team. And basically I had a lot of fun taking those guys and redesigning what a dental team would look like as a villain, and the different weapons they have and things like that. So that was a lot of fun. So this is like you said, this is my version of Yuckmouth, which is called Muckmouth. Very similar, very close. And the creature almost looks like what is that character from Nightmare Before Christmas? Is it Oogie Boogie or something like that? He looks kind of like that, but also kind of looks like the Yuckmouth character. Slightly different, obviously we got to make them different because we don't want to get sued, but we want to pay homage where we can. So this is from Mighty Mascots #1. I believe there's another picture of Muckmouth somewhere. Maybe I didn't put it in, but this is the Crown Team right here. And this is based off the Crest team, which I'm going to show you guys that right now as well. So the Crest team is so here's some design. So the one thing that was interesting about Crest team, well, actually, you know what? Let me show you the commercial first so that you kind of know what these are. So here's one of the Crest commercials, and then we'll talk about the design and everything.
Behind its wall of beautiful teeth, Toothopolis is under constant siege by the Cavity Creeps.
We make holes in teeth.
Cresty, look! Crest team, the Cavity Creeps are coming.
We'll fight them with Crest's fluoride.
Crest!
Yay!
Watch treats, see your dentist, and fight the Cavity Creeps like the Crest team.
Fight cavities with Crest.
So that's the Crest team. Those commercials were awesome. And for years, it's funny, for years, I always thought that Jack Kirby had worked on those commercials, because if you look at the Cavity Creeps and just the way stuff is drawn with the dynamic, the way they move and everything, it looks very Jack Kirby. But I actually just found out, doing research and stuff, that it was actually Herb Trimp that did a lot of those commercials. It kind of makes sense because Herb Trimp used to ink a lot of Jack Kirby stuff. And so it has sort of like that Jack Kirby kind of look to it. But I found basically a website talking about the whole Crest commercials and the whole team and everything. And this was really cool to look at. It was a lot of the designs that Herb Trimp had done for the Crest commercials. Like, I love this, like, don't put tubes, but they were going to do like a laser gun turret with tubes of toothpaste. I thought that was great. But then also, like, he has the layouts of the city for Toothopolis, and the Crestmobile layout. I mean, these are cool to look at. I wish I had a couple of these actually. This would be something I'd love to own original artwork for. And then here's the Crest team. Like, I love these. Look at the beautiful pencils and layouts here by Herb Trimp. And then we got the cavity creeps. I mean, look at that. To me right there, that's why I thought this was Kirby. I mean, this looks like Jack Kirby's The Thing. So it's really cool. Really like I really like what Herb Trimp did here. And here's different layouts and just storyboards for this. And here's some of the production cell art. It's really cool website. I'm gonna have to go back and read through all this stuff and just check it out. But the so my version was the Crown team, which, as you can see right here, my thought was to like take that idea of this team of dental characters that protect Toothopolis, but what if how do you make them villains? Like, and I thought like that the best way to do it is, because they are cleanliness and like they are like about cleaning up decay, what if they saw everything as decay, even stuff that wasn't supposed to be, you know, um, something that needs to be cleaned? And that's sort of where I came, like almost like a holier, like almost like a religious thing. Like they gotta like clean everybody. They gotta make everybody, get rid of every decay in the area, whether it's a person or a thing or. So that's how I came up with it. And the funny thing is they were supposed to be heroes, but Mondo used a weird version of the 3D printing formula that has like some kind of flaw in it that makes whenever it creates something, that image becomes corrupted. So kind of like anything that is touched by the formula becomes evil, kind of on purpose. And it's sort of the ones that Dr. Baneful uses the 3D formula with. So these guys were created with that, so they have kind of like an evil bent to them. But the fun thing about creating these guys, like I think Ian and Anton had captured, the great diversity of the team, which I thought was cool. I thought that was cool that they even had that in the 70s and the commercials and stuff. That was really fun. But the funnest part was creating like the dental weapons that these guys use. The leader, Flawless, here has a giant toothbrush, but the bristles are more like spikes. Um, and here's Muck Mouth's yelling about the Crown team. But right here you can see how right on the spikes here that that he's basically saying, well, they'll all be cleansed. So it kind of becomes like Mondo makes a bad situation even worse by creating these guys and puts the team up against the wall big time. And that's this kind of stuff I love to write. Like, how do you get out of this? Like when you're up against such tremendous odds. So I love that stuff. So yeah, so it was really fun to create these guys. And I don't know where the names came from. I was thinking like, like they shouldn't even have like real names. They're all like descriptions, basically, like Flawless and things like that. I don't know why I decided to do that. It was just came out of me, and I thought it made sense. So but yeah, no, these are really fun to make. And I have some other images here. Like there's the big fight between Honey Flakes and Flawless. This is from issue 2. And this is a page that I had 2 pages to fill with action, and I told Ian, go nuts. I didn't give him any direction for these 2 pages, and this is what he came up with, and they were really cool. So like and I went back in and added all the dialogue in their fight and things like that. So it's really fun. Really fun characters. This is a scene from issue 3 when Flawless catches them with I guess his toothpaste binding or something, like a toothpaste rope that you can't break. Um and just I love the way Ian drew this guy. It came out really cool. And I think here's another page of Fight from issue 2 where these guys are just so like evenly matched. The problem with Flawless is his you know, he's kind of invulnerable. He mentions in issue 2 that he bathed in some kind of enamel, like I was thinking like teeth enamel, and his body's been hardened by like that enamel, so he's very hard to defeat. The rest of the team is a little easier than him, but he's like, that's why he's team leader, because he's hard to defeat. So I definitely have plans on bringing this guy back at some point. If you've been reading all the Mascots, there's like you see him again in issue, I believe 8. So there's definitely some stuff brewing with the return of Flawless at some point. So yeah, so it's very fun creating like taking something that exists and then trying to find my angle in that property, but taking stuff that I love. Like I just love those commercials when I was a kid, and I thought if I'm going to do something with cavity creatures and monsters, I got to do it all together, so Muck Mouth, the Crest team, all of that stuff, so all together in one like gigantic storyline. So I hope you guys dug that. I love doing these origin videos and just telling you all the stuff that where inspiration comes from, how to kind of do an homage kind of comic in a lot of ways too, like how to take something you love but like changing it and finding your own way into making it into another character, but like it still pays homage to what it was from. You see a lot of that nowadays, in different movies, shows, and cartoons, things like that. So but all right, everybody, thank you for checking this out. Appreciate you as always watching these, and have a great week, and most importantly, read some comics. All right, everybody, talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.